Today I'm going to the top of a peak that needs little introduction. The Queen of the Dolomites, Marmolada. Welcome to episode 5 of rating the best Via Ferratas in the Italian Dolomites. I asked different communities online which were the must-do Via Ferratas. Marmolada was voted only once, but I chose to do it anyway. Why? Because you can't do a series and not rate the biggest bloody mountain in the whole mountain range. By the end of the video, I'll give it a score and see how it compares to the rest. And by the last episode of the series, I'll let you know which one I think is best. From my understanding, this Via Ferrata is called Cresta Ovest, which means West Ridge, and it takes you to the highest summit on Marmolada, Punta Penia, which is higher than 3,300 meters. You could consider this one of the few truly alpine Via Ferratas because it's at high elevation and it also crosses a glacier. You can see a few people up there already starting the Via Ferrata. I can see the glacier. Thankfully it looks like a dry glacier where it's just bare ice and the crevasses aren't hidden. Well, looky. We're getting to the start now of the Via Ferrata. Potentially, this Via Ferrata is the oldest Via Ferrata in the Dolomites and was completed in 1903 and used during the First World War. This bad boy isn't very stable. Of course, even if it's the oldest Via Ferrata, these cables were most definitely changed. Let's see what we have here. We have an awesome view. Oh wow! There's a little galleria. This looks like it was a shelter of sorts back in the day. Wow. This place reminds me of Triglav and its ridges. Wow. Another shoulder here. And this one is in the actual rock. This would have made for a good little hideout. It's about 1,300 meters of elevation gain from Lago di Fedaya, from where I started from this morning. Quite a lot, and I'm starting to feel it. You can see Lago di Fedaya now, over there, and that's Del Trince, the route that I did last week. From down there, from the beginning, there are only ladders. I don't think I ever done so many ladders on the Via Ferrata before. But my god, wow. Check out this view. And the ridge. I guess up there is Punta Penia. I have to say, this route really does feel like an alpine route. It's quite long, it's a long day. I think by the end it's gonna be 8 to 9 hours. And the environment is awesome. Now, the last section just feels like it's a bit of an army march. Ciao!
Ciao.
Complimenti!
Look at that.
Grazie. Of course, there's a building right at the summit. It's Italy after all. They like building things in impossible places. Incredible. Ciao! Felicidades! Well done! Cumbre! Oh my god! We made it to the top of Marmolada, the highest mountain in the Dolomites. Look at that. So happy. Ciao.
Ciao.
Complimenti.
Thank you.
This is one of the few times I'm going back via the same route that I came from. And that's because if you do the loop, you have to cross a second glacier. And that one's a lot uglier to do by yourself. I have enough time on the way down now to think about what I'm actually gonna rate this route. Wow, that's some scary stuff when you're looking at it with your head facing down. Wow, this thing goes all the way down into the glacier. Rating time. I wanted to finish the rating segment with Marmolada in the background, but the sun is literally coming from that direction, so I will spare you a black screen. We have 4 categories that we're gonna rate this Via Ferrata on: history, difficulty, views, and fun/enjoyment. Each of these categories can get a max of 5 points each, with a total of 20 points. Let's start with history. This is the oldest Via Ferrata in the Dolomites. Automatically that gave it 2 points. And you can still find a few bits of war history on the route, and I even found something towards the end. I was gonna give this a 3, but I'm gonna bump it up to 3.5 just because I found this awesome shelter. Difficulty. So with this category, hardest is best. I like to rate the difficulty of the Via Ferrata itself, not necessarily the route and how challenging it is. I'm giving this a 3.5 because the Via Ferrata isn't very technical. There are a lot of ladders, which are quite cool, but it doesn't present any sort of massive challenge aside from tiring your legs out. Views, 5 out of 5. Awesome views. You get some amazing mountain ranges all around here, from Sella to whatever the one that I climbed last week is, to that one behind. I don't know if you can see it, Sasso Lungo. Enjoyment/fun. I want to say 3.5 out of 5. It's a fun route, especially if it's your first kind of like alpine mountain. The only reason I'm not gonna score it higher is because some of the other ones that I did had some really fun elements, like some crazy bridges you're crossing or World War I tunnels. This one didn't really have a lot of elements like that, but it did have a glacier, and I believe that makes it 15.5. If you're planning to do alpine routes and you haven't done big mountains before, I totally recommend this as a beginner route before a 4,000 meter mountain. It's great.